how it was for the 3 nights and 4 days we were there on Skye. The weather was so unpredictable, but predictably unpredictable, and that's the brilliant thing about Skye. Going at this time of year, there's weather fronts moving in all the time, and it can make for some really dramatic light, which is good. When we went to the Quiraing, the light, it was bucketing down. When we pulled up, it was dry. As we went to get the camera gear out the car, the heavens opened, and we could see this moving in, but we hoped it wouldn't come to where it was going to. And then within 10-15 minutes later, the light that illuminated the Quiraing was absolutely stunning. So we've got a few handheld shots in that, and in the video I'm going to show you one of the edits of that, because the video's not turned out the way I was hoping it would, but I hope you enjoy what you're going to see. Visit a few locations, and I'll take you at the end of the video. We head towards the Storr and the Old Man of Storr, and when we got up there again, as you saw at the beginning of the video, the rain, it was torrential. Fun to be out in, I think, but it was absolutely torrential. And I'll show you one of the images, perhaps the only image I took up there before the rain changed again, before the rain came in again. A great 4 days. We never got everywhere that we wanted to go because we were jumping around from different locations due to the weather. So hopefully you'll enjoy the video, and hopefully it lets you see a small taste of predictably unpredictable Skye. Hopefully you can hear me. That's us heading now to Talisker Bay. The rain is off, and that's the first time since we got here that the rain's actually been off. Haven't been to Talisker Bay yet. We drove down the last time we were here in Skye, and what we actually did was turned around because we couldn't find a parking space. So there's been one cut into the side of the hill there. So what we'll do is we're going to get around, and I'm just going to show you this. So this is the road into Talisker Bay, and you can see what that's like just now. It's still quite moody. Hopefully there'll be some nice shots down here. As I say, first time we've been here, but let's see what we get. I'm trying to be in the quietest part possible out of the wind. So this is what we've came for, and I'll be totally honest, I forgot that the waterfall was there. So this is the good thing about the rain. The rain is letting us see what the waterfall's like. So I'm going to go down, get a couple of compositions, take a few shots and enjoy this. There is rain heading back in, but if I go that way a little bit, you'll see that there's some break in the sky as well. Really need a wide angle lens for this. So I'm heading down towards the waterfall. We've got a stack over here. I'll turn the camera around the light. So we've got a stack over here. We have got this waterfall here. And I'm not going to lie, earlier in the day, I didn't want to come. I am so glad we did though. Sean wanted to come down. I really wasn't interested because of the rain, but as I say, I forgot about this waterfall. We've got a nice stack here as well. We're going down onto the beach, set up some of the photographs, hopefully get something decent, and I'll just show you what we're heading towards just now. We'll head down towards this. And earlier on I was saying I got been pulled about with the dog. You can see the anchor here is attached to the camera bag to make it easier for walking. And I mentioned the stack as well. That's the stack there. So I'll get some shots of that while we're here. But this is really drawing me in. The waterfall is really drawing me in. So glad we come down. I'm glad I wasn't stubborn and said no, we're not going, and I wasn't driving to it. So I'm looking forward to getting some shots here. Hopefully you can hear me, but it's really quiet here, and it's really peaceful. There's, because of the rainfall that we've had, there is loads and loads of waterfalls coming over the cliff faces. And what I'm doing is I've changed composition slightly here because I quite like the sweep of where I am now, and I was just trying to find foreground elements for it. But Skye itself, Skye's been brilliant. 2 days we've been here so far. Well, this is day 2 of 3 days in total. Staying over for 3 nights, 4 days. So what we're doing is we're just trying to get all the places where the light's going to allow us to go, and the weather as well, where that's going to allow us to go. But so far I've enjoyed it. You'll have seen the images from Talisker Beach. I couldn't record there. There's too much going on down there, too much wind to record down there, so I've just left that. But everything else has been really, really good. And I'm just watching the light changing here. So what I'll do is I'll show you this composition. It's lovely. It's absolutely lovely here just now. So I'll just show you this composition. That's what I have just now. That's the composition I've got just now, and I can see this in the back of this. It looks lovely as a square crop, but what I've also done is I've included that rock there so that we've got a lead all the way through it. And if I can show you this in the back of the screen at all. Yeah, too much reflections. I'm hoping the image works. It's nice. I'm actually hoping the image works. Tomorrow we're heading to the Storr in the Quiraing, and we'll see what the light's like then when we get there. And there's the patient girl in the background there. She's sitting back down again, that's brilliant. So we're going to head there tomorrow. We're going to finish off here. I'm going to go around, shoot the lighthouse here as well. So hopefully if it's quiet and not too windy, I'll be able to record that as well. But I'm just loving the waterfalls here. It's just such a stunning place. Ultimately, it proved to be too windy at Neist Point to take a shot, and that wasn't just for myself. A couple other photographers were the same as well. But I'll put an image up at the end that I got for it, but nothing that I'm happy with. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create the same style of image that I have for the other ones as well, and that gives that kind of painterly, ethereal look to them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of the presets that I gave away. I'll put a link on the screen, and this is one that I've adapted, and it's called Forest Deep 2. And you'll notice with that the blues have changed. If I go to Forest Deep, you'll see what that looks like there. Forest Deep 2. I've enhanced down here and enhanced up there, and that's just basically by going in and adjusting the calibration. If I take Forest Deep, you'll see that the calibration has changed. So I did that within that. But for this image, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see where we're working with straight away, and I'm going to crop this one down. So I'm going to bring this right down to about there, and I'm going to take the image up to around about there so that it looks more like a panorama. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in and look at cooling the image down slightly, and I'm going to just go in and pull the temperature down a bit, and that should affect the sky more so than anything else. But as you can see, it's went through the rest of these, and presets are created per image really, and then you have to get in and adjust them. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to get into colour, and I'm going to get into the yellows, and I'm going to pull the saturation back in the yellows just to see what's going on. I'm going to leave it around about there. This area here is quite bright, so I'll deal with that later. So we've got all the light coming down here. As I said, this will be quite a quick edit as well. So I'll just go through some of the process for you just to let you see how I'm actually looking at it and what I'm actually thinking about when I do this. I'm just watching the slight changes in this as I go through. You'll see them more maybe if I do that, but just as I go through here, I'm looking at the slight changes. Quite like everything that's going on, but I need to emphasise some of these areas. I'll deal with this one at the end, and I'll also deal with that one there, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that. Up here into my brushes, and I have created a soft light brush and a soft shading brush. So I'm going to use a soft light brush, and I'm going to turn the density down in this, and I'm going to turn it down to, let's go for 22 and just see how it affects some of that. Yes, that's just fine for me. And what I'll do just for this edit is I'll just paint this relatively quickly just to give you an idea of what I'm going to do with the image. In here, I may even turn the density down again because that is quite bright. And it's just really to highlight, take the brush size down. It's just really to highlight certain areas to bring back depth in the image. I don't need to work with anything here. So I'm mainly looking at the Quiraing itself and up here and just bringing some of that in. So you should get the idea with this. I'm not creating any light that isn't already there. I'm just emphasising light that's there. Yes, we have changed the colours, but it is a more autumnal, painterly feel I am looking at for this image here. If I was actually working on this as a final image, I would be working around that area, just to take my time and paint these and create the depth in them. So I'm going to look at a couple of crop options for this. I do like that, and I would be quite happy to leave that at a final image, but I'm going to look at a couple of crop options here. So let's get into 1:1, and that's the image you get straight away, and that's actually really nice. I like that. Would I move it around a bit there? I'll take it back. I actually quite like that. And we'll leave the image at that. So that lets you see roughly the thought process rather quickly, but it lets you see the thought process. After passing the needle, we decided to go round on the Quiraing loop, which in hindsight was a mistake, and that was due to the wind as well, because once we got up onto the top, the wind was not too strong, but strong enough to make you nervous when you were looking over the edge. So we never even get any shots looking down over the table, but it's allowed us to see more of the Quiraing, and it has allowed us to look for different compositions as well. So although it was a bit dicey in parts, it was still an enjoyable walk. Man of Storr is something definitely worth seeing if you go to Skye, and it's probably on everybody's bucket list when they go there. It's vast. It is actually vast. It takes about an hour 15 to walk up to it, and then once you get up into the landscape, it's like something from another planet. When we finally got up there, in between the weather, what we actually did was we took a couple of shots, not many at all, and I'll put the shot I took at the very end. There's nothing in the background of this because, as you can see, the way the weather has been, but it was worth the hike up. It was worth enduring that little rain for the changeability. The wind died down once we were up there, once we were sheltered. It was really, really good to get up there, and fortunately there wasn't many people that had braved it either. So we had near enough had the entire place to ourselves. If the weather wasn't as changeable, we probably would have stayed longer just to look for different compositions. We've visited it a few times now, but we wanted just to see what we could get because we'd never seen it in these conditions. To give you a sense of scale, look at the person standing beside the Storr. I hope you enjoyed that video. It was a little bit different from what I was hoping to do, but we'll get back. That's the good thing. We've already planned more locations for when we're going back, so that is the good thing with that. If you've enjoyed this video and you're currently not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. And just when I say that, I'd like to thank everybody that's taken the time to subscribe. That's the channel went past 10,000 subscribers, and that I never ever thought about at all. I'm doing it for the love of photography and hopefully helping people along the way. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. That was a big thing to find out when I was in Skye. So I really do appreciate that. So if you're not a subscriber and you've enjoyed this video, take a look at the rest of the videos in the channel. As I say, it jumps around from landscape photography to tutorials, 2-3 minute tutorials, to composite editing. Just the stuff I enjoy about photography. And hopefully you'll find something there that you enjoy. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.